Alright, it's been a while since we worked on this Overhead Briggs here, and we'll show you what we have been doing. Got our buddy Mike here.
How you doing?
Mike's been busy. Mike's bought a house, sold a house, got married.
Very busy.
Yeah, so he's been and working while he's doing all that. So the last place we left off, I believe, was with this crank, and the crank, it was bent a little bit on the ends, and we were pretty much came to a halt because of my little machine. And what we had to do is we needed a steady rest, but I couldn't get a steady rest that was reasonably priced for this one. They had them out there. They're out there, but you know, I think they're like $175 or something. So I was able to buy. I have was that a 6-inch mic?
Yeah, it's a 6-inch swing blade.
Right.
Yep.
So we bought one that was close. This was a 7-inch. So we cut the bottom off. Where's the bottom?
Here's the bottom there.
Mike's using the bottom as a stand. We cut the bottom off, and Mike actually shortened it and made a base here. Did a real nice job, Mike. Countersunk it, made it holes, and now he's got the tailstock off, and he's measuring it because he has to make the little base that squeezes up against there and tightens it up. So.
Well, yeah. Well, what I have to do on the bottom here is I have to mill the slots here. Not really slots, but similar to how the tailstock is. So
like a boss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So whatever, this here fits in between the ways of the lathe. So pretty much you can kind of envision that I'm going to relieve here and here so that this can sit between the ways and not wiggle around. So I just took the tailstock off to get a measurement of what the tailstock. And the tailstock is a pretty snug fit. So I get this measurement here, and then transfer that to this block here, right down the center line. Get a center line, and then scribe 2 lines, and then figure out how deep I need to make those reliefs so that the center of the steady rest is on the center line of the spindle.
Right.
So.
And then we have to make one of these, which is pretty much just a flat.
Yeah, a flat piece of something or other.
What do you got over there? You got a piece of 1/2 inch or something?
Yeah, something like I forget. I think we were gonna cut it out of this piece of 1/2 inch plate. Yeah. That'd be fine.
So that would take care of one end, Mike, and then for the other end, we needed to get a 4-jaw chuck, and we did, and it was actually pretty reasonable, Mike.
Yeah.
You can. This is Shaw's. Shaw's is one of the best names that you can get for these little mills and stuff, or these little lathes. But I think that was like $45. But the problem with our lathe is it had a bastard thread on it. You know, this. Most of them are 1 inch by 8, 1/8. What was that 1 inch? 8 threads per inch, and this one here, ours is a 1 by 10. So what we had to do was I bought the jaws themselves, and then we bought the backing plate here, which is separate. It's got the threads that we need, 1 by 10. But we're going to have to modify this, and Mike's going to mill this for me so it fits in that hole. And then we're going to have to cut the back off, because cut about a 1/2 inch off of that and make it a little thinner. And this whole thing this thing is massive. I guess weighs 10
very
pounds.
heavy, yeah.
But once we get that in, we'll be able to cut the ends on this, and it'll be perfectly straight.
Right.
Because you're gonna adjust these jaws. You can't adjust the 3 jaws. So.
Yeah, the only way you could do it with the 3 jaw is with little shims.
Yeah.
To put it on the center. But a 4 jaw, that's like I said to you earlier, between the steady rest and the 4 jaw, it's going to revolutionize the way we do little machine work here. So it's going to allow us to do things much quicker and much easier. So.
We decided not to film this when Mike was making this because it was just too much hassle. So
yeah. Well, again, this has been a 1.5 month long project already because of all the limited amount of time that we get to work on these things. Easily a 1.5 months has gone by.
We're also going to modify this. Mike, get the bearings in there. They're in a box. They're a little cup box.
Right here.
Yeah. What this came with was brass fingers to hold it, and we're going to modify that and put the ball bearings on there.
Yeah, I mean this was a pretty rough little piece.
It
you
was.
know, come from India or
Even
whatever.
yeah, it was cheap. It was
So, yeah, exactly, you
about $50, I think it was.
So yeah, it came with these little brass, like you said, fingers here, and you know, the little adjustment screws and everything. But they're a really rough cut. If you were going to use these just as is, you'd have to round this over and you know, really smooth it well, so you didn't get binding and scoring of whatever workpiece you have. But I think what we're going to end up doing is, where are the bearings?
Right
Oh,
there.
look
There
at
you
these
go.
little baby ball
Little
bearings
baby bearings.
here.
They're about half the size of your pinky thumbnail.
Yeah,
Pinky
so,
nail.
and an assortment of, what, number 3? Or not number 3,
Yeah.
but 3
3
millimeter,
millimeter.
screws, which is the idea of that bearing. So what I think we're going to do is put a 3 millimeter hole through here and hang a bearing on either side of that finger. One there, and run a screw through it, and a nut, and then we got a roller bearing steady
Right.
rest.
We thought about cutting it in the middle here and just putting one bearing, but you know, if we ever want to just use this brass one for some reason, for whatever reason, you know, we have that. So that's only gonna take a couple minutes out, but the rest of this is what's been holding us up. So, and all these parts are bought with money from the patrons, and I appreciate that. Without them, you know, we would have just given up. But
What do we have?
yeah, they support me a lot, Mike,
Yeah.
and we really appreciate that. If anybody else wants to become a patron, you know, just go over there and check it out, and we appreciate that. We try to keep the cost down. Like I say, all this stuff, you know, looks like a lot of stuff, but you know, you're talking $50 for that, and another $50 for that, and $20. You know, it's all nickel and dime, but it all adds up. So let's get started. Let's at least get our steady rest done tonight, huh, Mike?
I think so. We can do that.
Okay. All right. Let's see how our buddy Mike is doing with his little mill here.
Plowing through.
Is that one of the bits that we just got?
Yeah.
That's one of your bits there, Scott. What was that thing? What was that word they said when you're cutting the mill the wrong way?
Climb milling?
Climbing. You're not climbing, are you?
No.
All right. I don't want to see no comments on that climbing. All right.
It's got a lot of stick out this mill, so we're getting a lot of
I know you're way out.
vibration,
Yeah.
you know. But
No worries.
It's the sharpest mill we have, so.
Yep. It's doing a job.
That's right.
All right. You keep getting, buddy.
All right.
What's it look like, buddy? Was that your last cut?
No. But I changed mills, so we got a smaller 3/8 mill. It's shorter. So right now the depth is where I want it, but I'm just I'm creeping up on the width here. So my target is like 1/625, so 1 5/8 thereabouts. Maybe a little bit undersized. We'll pull it out and we'll put it in the lathe and try it. So, but we're less than 10 thousandths over right now. So 1/633.
What's your goal?
So 1/625. So, you know, I think I'm gonna
about
take
2 passes in, right?
Well, I think I'm gonna take 5 thousandths off of this side, and then I'll remeasure it. And then whatever's left, whatever, you know, 3 or 4 thousandths is left, I'll take off of this side. You know, if it's 1,000th off of center, that's okay, just as long as they're both parallel.
Right.
So,
All right.
no
As you
problem.
were.
All right.
What you doing, buddy?
Well, I pulled it out of the mill and tried it in the lathe, and it is so close. You know, you drop it in between the ways and it gets stuck there.
Huh.
So I'm taking a little bit off with the file, making sure I don't
Yeah.
really dig in anywhere. I've just pretty much just taken the machine marks off of it and flip it over and do the same on the other side. See, that's where I filed, and then you can see some of the chattering from the mill. So I'm going to take that off and
You should be good.
try it out. Yep,
File's your friend, buddy.
that's all.
All right, let's see, buddy. Dry fit. Oh, look at that.
So
Went in like it had eyes.
yeah, and you can
Oh, I
just
hear
barely
it.
hear
Yeah.
it. But if you slide it,
Right
gets
there.
stuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to wedge it because I don't want to bow
Right.
the frame of the of the lathe. But
you know what? Maybe the lathe.
maybe
Yeah, you
run
feel
a
like a
little
little-
file through there. Just
Yeah,
take
very
the
little
burr
right
off.
here, especially right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're good, buddy.
This is prime, you know, set
Yeah,
rest
exactly,
territory.
exactly.
So, you know.
All right.
But like I
Yeah,
said,
let's dress that up a little bit.
yeah, this is done.
Dress the lathe up.
All right.
I think we got it. What we got, Mike?
I like it.
Look at it.
Yeah. It,
Yeah.
and you could barely hear it.
Nah, there's nothing, no play there.
So, but if you slide it on down, it still gets stuck. So I think that we'll leave this alone, and if we ever need to clean this,
Yeah, I don't think I ever
inside
put
up
anything in
here-
that big to go down there.
Well, that's what a steady rest is there, so that you can. So
Yeah, exactly.
we'll just know that.
That's it.
So, but all right, let's bolt the steady rest, the collar, the ring back on here, and make sure I got the height right.
Okay, good deal, buddy.
All right.
Oh, well, you're using one of Scott's files, huh?
Oh yeah. All kinds of stuff we're using from him tonight.
All right, yeah. All right. It's the next day, and I took over where Mike left off. He did all the tough work and everything. All I had to do was make a bottom plate here to fit inside the groove there, and I drilled and tapped it with, I think it was 5/16, 24 maybe. And then I painted it, but it's funny, you know, this thing was made in China. And, you know, you think, you know, China, you know, they just forged the crap or cast it and sent it to the U.S., but this here had a lot of body putty in it. And let me show you here. Here's the part that we cut off the bottom. You know, this was actually what the base used to look like on that. And that's the good side here. Look how rough that casting is. So what they actually did is they filled this thing with body putty. I actually did body work on this thing. So I actually had to do some body work on this because, you know, I wire wheeled that all off when Mike had to lay this out and see where he had to cut it and everything. So I wire wheeled it thinking it's just a hunk of cast or something. And I actually digged into a lot of the body work. So I had to do some repair on the side there, and on this side, and then on the whole back here. But anyway, that didn't take long. But I found a color on the shelf there that was pretty close to Atlas Blue over there. That must be a machinist color. Must be a popular machinist color, because here's a Bison. That's sort of like a medium blue. So we're happy with it. So now what I got to do is I'm going to take these fingers, and these aren't all that precise, you know. Matter of fact, these need a lot of filing. They're pretty rough. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I think I scribed one already. I'm just going to go square across the top here from edge to edge and make a mark, and then go down the center of it and drill a hole. These are 3mm ball bearings, and I'm just going to put them there, and if a little bit of the tit sticks up the top here, then I'll just file it down. But that's what I'm going to do. So let me throw you guys up on the tripod, and we'll lay these out and drill them up and put some bearings on there. Alright, let me take these apart here. Interesting how they make something like this. Alright, I'm going to take my little brown and sharp square here. It looks like it's about a 1x2. You never know when something like that will come in handy. Probably won't be able to see it, it's so tiny. I'll come around this way. And just put a scribe mark here. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know if it's brass or bronze. It's probably brass, but it's actually pretty hard. Oh, a little square moved. Yeah, this stuff is actually pretty hard. I don't know why. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna eye this up here, because, like I said, these things aren't all that precise. I'll see how well this puts a mark in there. Okay, yeah, it'll do the job. Oh, I know I should have held that. No worries. Oh. I don't have any strength in my shoulder here. Matter of fact, we're getting a shoulder operator on in a couple days. I should say a couple weeks. Hopefully they can fix me up. Or else we'll have to shut the channel down. Alright, let's find a drill. Alright, I got two of them together, and it actually worked out pretty good. That's got about 100,000 clearance here, so I don't have to do anything, so it works nice. Yeah, actually what I did was when I bought all these nuts and bolts and stuff, and it's nice that hits up against the shoulder, so I don't have to put any little spacers in there or something. But like I said, when I bought these, I actually bought these little acorn nuts. And I put that on there, and I'm not crazy the way it looks. You know, it kind of sticks out and looks awkward, but so I also got a regular nut for it, and put that on there, and I kind of like that better. So yeah, so I think they're going to work out real nice. I took one and I cleaned it up, you know, with the file. And it feels nice. Worked out real nice. I got these little baby files that our buddy Scott there, pipe fitter 172, sent us. And they work out perfect. Especially this little one here. It's almost like the size of a needle. You know, I looked at that when I sold my guy. Mike said, "What do you use that for?" I said, "Oh, we'll find something." Sure enough. Look at that, it goes right around the corner there. Gotta be careful though, as sharp as a needle there. If I got a little too over exuberant here, I'd put it right through my palm. There you go. Alright, let's put that thing together and see what it looks like. Alright, we got it all back together. I'm liking the way it looks. Feels like it'll work good and everything. I put the bottom on and everything. Yeah, we might do something in the future, you know, with that. You know, change them, make them steel or make them brass again, but make them a little better. Like I said, they were pretty crude, and maybe we'll just use a single wheel. We'll see. But like I say, that's in the future. This will get us going. So we say we take it over to the lathe and take it for a spin. Ha! Get it? Take it for a spin. Oh, Road King, you kill me. All right, yeah, we put it on there and. I put a piece of stock, just a piece of round stock in there to check it out, and I like it. I actually had to put a couple Sharpie marks on here, magic marker, because it was running so quiet and so smooth I couldn't tell if them ball bearings were moving, but they are. They're working. So let's turn it on. Watch your sleeves. Look at that. Can't even tell. Can't even tell her spinning. Alright, so all we gotta do now is machine that 4-jaw chuck, and we'll be ready to go. We can continue on with our overhead valve project, but you know, we work on it when we can, and when we got other stuff to do, we don't work on it. It's a hobby for us, you know. It's not a job or an occupation. So alright. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Alright, enough of this.